Today in 2025, that is what we miss, I feel. See, when I scored just 52% and cleared my 10th board, having failed so many years, my mom celebrated me like a baby. It's purely with practice you can excel. But at the same time, I have to be responsible in terms of taking care of myself. I have accepted myself. It takes time for the people who are next to me to accept, for the society to accept. So I strongly believe it is very, very important to learn calmness. Whether you reach heights, whether you fail, but self-introspection is very, very important. My simple and very important thing is, if your Monday morning is boring, please don't be in that office, please don't be in that role, please don't be in that profession. Find out what your heart pumps for.
A podcast with Charles Godwin. What truly shapes a leader? Is it the degrees they earn or the experience what they earned? Hello everyone. Welcome to the GIBS IRE Talks, powered by the GIBS Business School. And I am Nancy Johnson, the Head of Corporate and Alumni Relations at GIBS Business School. And today, friends, we have our guest who has over 2 decades of experience in dealing with people and building culture. Guess who? It's none other than Mr. Charles Godwin, the HR of Zoho Corporation. We have here with him, and it's truly a pleasure to have you here with us, Mr. Charles.
Thank you.
Welcome here. And it's a pleasure to have you here. And let's uncover and relive the moments that truly shaped your journey. And I'm confident that throughout this discussion, we are going to have more inspirational values, ethics, and all the practices what Mr. Charles has gone through and traveled in his journey of life. So let's start from the very beginning. Charles, can you please tell us about your childhood and schooling, and what moments from those early years shaped you for what you are today?
Thank you. So nice to be part of your conversation. Childhood, if you ask me, what shaped me, number one, my family, I would say. Because having born and brought up in a big family with 4 siblings, says how a child can grow, with a team. Yeah, that's where it starts, when it comes to a corporate term called team. For one. Number two, have 5 different kinds of people in the same family, which is my brothers and my sister, which helped me to really find out and be unique who Charles is. Instead of just going by the race of comparison, it's more of how my family has celebrated me for who I am. That's the biggest challenge which we have in our society. So having been a last bench student throughout, having known I'm proud about it too. But that encouragement where entire society gave a different label, and my mom and dad gave a different label with so much of love, so much of individual attention, so much of respect for who I am, but still encouraging, being so patient to nurture. When sister used to score, topper in her school with so much of gold medals in her universities and so on, from the same family, how pathetic a last bench student can be, right? So it's purely their nurture, love, kindness, but still they were very clear in terms of making me think big, achieve big in life. And these were the different experience which I feel which nurtured along. One lesson for this particular question, I would say it is not about where you start, it's about the journey, which will help you to nurture and build what you want to build in life.
Very true. Rightly said. And that's truly an emotional connect.
Absolutely.
And don't you think, Charles, parents do play a vital role in children's mental health and for what the child is after 20 years of his or her life? What do you comment about the mental health of today's mainly young children from the age group of probably between 8 to 15? What do you feel really about the mental health of today's children?
See, two ways of looking at. Of course, our parents had the expectation very clear during that time, and today expectation is also the same. Yeah, but the challenge is so much of distraction, so much of changes, so much of exposure ecosystem where our kids' expectation have gone extremely high, right? But one thing has never changed, should not change, is the roots where we belong to. Yeah. See, a country like India, where we have different beliefs, different values, different way of thought, and so on. If you look at the ultimate purpose of living and life, is very, very clear for our citizens of our country, especially parenthood. Yeah, that has never changed.
Yeah.
But the challenge which we see right now is as though everybody is running for something, not knowing why and where we are running. Right? See, look at my example itself, or our own example, our own family. Our parents were very clear, right? They didn't chase us to score the same mark which my sibling was scoring, right? They just pushed, they just encouraged, they have just shared their shoulder from 0 to 5, from 10 to 50 marks, 40 marks, and slowly, gradually grow. When they see a small success in life, they were able to celebrate that. Today in 2025, that is what we miss, I feel. See, when I scored just 52% and cleared my 10th board, having failed so many years, my mom celebrated me like anything. Yeah. Right? Today's celebration is something, or acknowledging that milestone is very, very important. It's more like being satisfied with where we have come through in this journey and where we are heading towards, right? So we set our goal with a small milestone, small celebration. Every year, for example, we take New Year resolution, or when it comes to a birthday, this year I want to get into a gym or whatever, right? And from 60%, I want to achieve 70. From 1 lakh salary, I need to achieve 2 lakh or 1.5 and so on. So my fundamental basic thing is, thing which I believe is, be rooted in your roots.
Perfect.
Very important. That's your family, your community, your culture, your way of belief. Absolutely, there is so much of treasure in it. Whichever city you belong to, whichever state you belong to, that is what a proud country India is all about. Roots are important. Number 2, what you have learned so far from the values from those roots, never compromise on. Could be anything, right? Everybody will have their story to connect with. The next thing I would say, don't chase into comparison. Again and again I say this, so that you celebrate every small milestone and move forward in life. Life is not a race, life is a journey.
Correct. Beautifully said, Charles. I go with you because that was my immediate connect. So when you said that, never compare yourself with the other, what do you think about today's rat race among young men and women, starting right from the school to the young graduates? Aren't they comparing themselves, or don't you feel that their self-improvement stands second rather than what they have achieved or not achieved with the others stands first?
Okay.
And could you just explain on how this mindset can be shifted from the young minds?
See, ultimately, if you look at from college or from school, why are we chasing so much? To succeed in life, to excel in life, to earn money, earn wealth, name, fame, and so on. For that, in our education system, in our nature of society where we belong to, somehow, the comparison game plays a very important role, right? This person is my sister or my brother, my cousin, my friend is studying in this particular campus, particular university. Why not? Starts from there. I'm wearing a good shirt. No, he's not getting. So it's comparison from every corners of life. They are living in a good apartment. No, I'm just living in a small rental house. Right? Everywhere. Now, my friend comes in a car or on a bike along with his father. No, I just walk, get into my cycle along with my dad and reach my school. So again and again, that is the starting point. Right? I would say just ensure that you are part of the journey. You are not going to live the same. Right? There are beautiful testimonies, beautiful inspiring stories in our own country, in our own states. Right? If we can remove that from our education system, which comes along the side with marks, which comes along the side with stars or the rating and the rankings of the world, which comes along the side, comes into an organization with the same bucket list which we will have at workplace, it will not work out. See, the organization where I belong to, or any organization you look at, you will see people from different walks of life. You can see the Oxfords of the world, GIBS of the world, Harvards of the world, the so-called IIM, IITs of the world. At the same time, you can see a last bench student like me. Plenty. I mean, it's not just one. You can see plenty in a roundtable meeting or a boardroom or a conference or important discussions in a team. If you look at out of 10, you will have different walks of life. The second part is, when you want to win, when you want to achieve, you need everybody in life. See, for example, for this particular podcast, you and me can't do everything. Yeah. You need a technician who can really, edit if there is a slippage in our conversation. So you need a professional cameraman who can really help us standing in front of us throughout without having a single chai. Right? I can get a hot water now. He can't step over for the next whatever duration. So that is his passion in life. That is his career in life, which he chose.
Beautiful. Yes.
Yeah. In this world. So that is how it creates as a magic. Look at kitchen, for example. I start from there. I start from my mom. When she prepares biryani, how much of effort in preparing? The biggest pain for a mom is clearing off soon after we have our feast.
True.
Right? And even while having biryani, we will have 1 or 2, 3 ingredients which we feel it is a disturbance. But without that, we will not get the flavor or the taste.
Very true.
So that is how life is, that is how work is, that is how business is, that is how when we build something. So in every walks of life, every profession, every journey, you might be a superstar. For example, I come from a state like Tamil Nadu. Look at superstar. Where he started as a bus conductor. Somebody has noticed his tale. And today, don't we have beautiful people like or beyond superstar? We have, but how he is unique and still a superstar even in his 70s later. It is purely because of not comparing with anybody. He always he always benchmark or quote with Kamal Haasan sir. Right? Example, right? When a giant like Kamal Haasan sir is there, how come superstar said can survive an exam, right? Kamal Haasan is Ulaganayakan. Vinvili Nayakan today he is known as, but He didn't. He always looked up to him, superstar, but still he believed in himself. I'll give another classic example. How come Dhoni and Sachin Tendulkar can be the superstar in the same era?
Yes.
Yes, same way in every industry. How can Reliance and another group which is trending
Yep.
can be there? How can Maruti Suzuki and Hyundai can excel well in our country? How can, in spite of all that, Mahindra?
Yeah.
Right? So if we get into that, it is very, very clear that it is different people, different walks of life who can create magic. Only then we can innovate.
Yes.
All right. Otherwise, it's like it's you'll be hitting hard in a closed room. You will be creating world class product, but it can't excel beyond.
Excellent. Very beautifully narrated, Charles. In continuation to the same context, I have a very beautiful question to you. And this, I'm sure all the students out there would feel, yes, I need an answer for this question. What is okay, I would not call it as an advice. I would, because.
Sorry, no
yes.
advice,
No
but
advice.
maybe lessons learned. Yeah.
Yes. What suggestions or opinions would you give to our current students who are practicing this balance between academics, projects, and their personal growth as well?
Very difficult question if you ask me. I would say we can't succeed in this. I'm telling you, balance. It's purely with practice, you can excel. Right?
Makes sense.
I have different hats for myself. I'm a mad, extensive traveler. At the same time, I need to ensure my personal is taken care. My family is taken care. My kids are taken care. I spend value every important special occasions. For example, my kids' annual day, my son's, special school initiative. So it's very important. At the same time, I have my personal hobby or personal belief or personal whatever I aspire to fulfill. There is a balance required. At the same time, I have a hat of being a HR leader for a company. Right? Yeah. That portfolio is totally different. And I have another image of public speaker as well. And the community and the society where I belong to, there is another hat which I carry as well. So it is more of having different hats. This will come only with practice. Mm-hmm. So in all this 21 years of my journey, I strongly believe that so much of practice has evolved me to who I am today. Yeah. Excellent. So in this 3,000 travel, almost, I was able to make it with the commitment which I've given. In spite of my health, in spite of challenges, in spite of failure of tech, or in spite of flight delay and so on, somehow. The example I would say, how do you balance? Now, there was an important meeting on a Friday, and the next day I need to address about 3,000 to 4,000 students in a smaller town. Okay. I had my last flight. I went to a flight. I completed my security check. I went to the gate. I had other speakers, co-speakers as well. They got into the flight. Somehow the airline team helped me to clear everything off. I went to that particular gate. It is just few meters away to the flight door. Okay. Last flight. Few seconds they closed. I wasn't able to enter. Wow. Once the flight doors are closed, somehow, unfortunately, that was the only incident which I missed. And you won't believe, I didn't know what to do. I was complete, because all these 3,000 travel, I have never missed an occasion when there is a commitment. Because those 3,000, 4,000 students will be waiting the next day. And that is not close to airport as well. I need to go by flight and again in a road travel as well for 2.5 to 3 hours. Immediately I called my travel partner. I told, this is what the situation. Can you arrange a cab? I went to a near cafe near the Chennai airport. See how life beautiful it is. I stepped in. When I entered, I saw two guys, and they were my college mates. I'm meeting them for after a few years. Such a painful situation for me. At the same time, a beautiful memory where I saw my college students. I forgot my travel. We had real fun. They completed their dinner and they were stepping out. I met them. They came in and they sat along with me, spent few time till the cab arrived. Right?
Wow.
See how life
Yes,
beautiful
yes.
it is, right? So that momentum, that moment made me light, made me happy to feel I'm comfortable. It's okay, kind of, right? And then I traveled. I reached the particular campus by early morning, midnight, and early morning. I made it.
Excellent, excellent, Charles. That's truly inspiring.
Balance.
So I think somewhere probably we can talk about attraction of what we really need.
Yeah.
You needed calmness. You are a patient man. So you attract calmness and patience. Is that true? What
Yes.
I could really quote for this incident, what you have
Absolutely,
faced.
yes.
So at
I
that
needed.
moment of, yes, you really needed the calmness and the patience. Okay, I've missed the flight. I'm going to head in there. But some means, so there was something called as attraction of what we really need. Is that right, Charles?
Yes. 100%.
Excellent. I think in continuation to this question, Rati, I have something, a beautiful thing to ask to you. You were talking about the brand building. Now, when you were talking about, people will have to balance somewhere between their, between every kind of commitments, something called as priority is missing. And maybe because of that, the balance is missing. And because of that, somewhere self-awareness is missing. So now here in today's generation, being an educator, I have seen a lot of young minds fail to brand themselves. They fail to talk about themselves, about their accolades, about their achievements. Any tips for building a personal brand while still studying in their college?
Okay. Very close to my heart question, I would say. If you ask me how my brand has evolved by itself, see, I was a last bench student. I was looking for a contextual and relevant and experiential learning environment. Somehow my education system didn't, or I couldn't find that in my so-called education system. That's the reason I didn't find interest as well. Of course, I struggled to learn, to read, to mug up, score marks, and so on. When I found that contextual, relevant, and experiential learning during my master's program, I was able to understand the art of learning with context, with relevance and experience. So I always quote this. No, I wanted to become a chef because I wanted to escape from school, from learning, from reading, from scoring marks. But at the same time, I have to be responsible in terms of taking care of myself and my people whom I belong to, especially my parents and my siblings in the best possible way. For that, I need to work. For that, I need to earn money. So I felt becoming a dosa master will be a right
Easy
thing.
choice.
Yeah, easy choice. At the same time, trending. At the same time, good money. Right? So I loved that as well, because whenever I see my mom preparing, even during that time, she prepares different varieties of dosa. Right? When I saw dosa master in the restaurant, I thought it is reasonably easy. There is a saying, learn a skill. Lifelong, your career is guaranteed. That was the skill which I was looking for. So if I can become a dosa master lifelong, I can just become a chef in improvising, learning the art of, preparing any kind of food and so on. That's one. Then somehow I landed up in master's program because my dad had a dream and he wanted to see everybody excel. And when he pushed me to a college, completed my 3 years program, Master's program alone I did for myself,
Mm.
right? So this is the biggest beauty of, when you do something for yourself, you will go that extra mile. You will give your life for that.
True.
Right? So that was the turning point. From zero, I was able to clear my master's program in distinction.
Mm.
Right? So with that 2 years of my program, what I have learned is it is not enough to stay just in the classroom. If I need a skill, if I need an experience, if I need a contextual, relevant, and experiential learning where I can fulfill the future of work, fulfill my entrepreneurship journey or my employment in any of the organization, so I need to learn hands-on. Right? Hope you will agree. See, whichever university you belong to, the first question from an organization will be, what is your experience?
Excellent.
Correct?
Yes.
We will say that I'm a fresher. That's not enough.
Yeah.
Right? What you have learned, have you practically applied somewhere, built something? Don't show your 2-page of resume. Show your movie is the expectation from the company. So, a skill learning. So, what I found is I wanted to learn this skill. I stayed away from my parents in a different city. Weekends, I have enough time. Evenings, I have enough time. I just stay at home. I went that extra mile to learn. So that is the reason I've been to 38 different organizations to do my internship. That is the reason every Saturday, if there is a conference free of charge, without pay, I just go there and participate. If it is a paid event, I go as a volunteer to support so that I get a free chair there. Right? I can just pass on the mic and be the volunteer in the conference. And that's how I evolved. So when I saw that, so stage has become one of my fancy or my expectation. Mic has been one of my aspirations.
Excellent.
Stage and mic.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So when I go there, somehow a brand has created by itself.
Yeah.
I didn't create. That was not my intention. My intention was to learn a skill, get exposure, and get into a stage.
Wow.
Yeah. So slowly, whenever I participated in events, I started grabbing opportunities whenever it came my way.
Mm.
Whether it's small or big, even now, I don't define an invite by whether it's big or small, or a small town, or a small crowd, or a big crowd. It's purely the opportunity.
Beautifully said.
Give your best. This will be my last stage. This will be my. That's how Abdul Kalam sir lived.
Yeah.
Right? I need to. So that is how a brand has evolved by itself. To be very frank, I didn't create my brand. My passion has built a brand, I believe.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah. So you don't need to chase. But at the same time, when you come to a position, consistency is the key.
Yeah.
A brand can fall.
True that.
Right? Today, I'll take this classic example, Maruti and Hyundai. When there is a disruption, today Maruti has been pushing hard to ensure that they are being part of the game. When Mahindra is pushing hard so much, others are like struggling and still being part of the game, right? Consistency is the key. So when there is a passion, when you go towards that passion and be part of the journey, when you grab opportunities and create, or automatically a brand images comes in, consistency key. And you always have to be cautious in building that brand slow.
Perfect.
Right? It is not just fancy titles. It is not just the designations and the organization, just the organization we belong to. It is about who you are in being part of that brand.
I think it's beautiful to me, however, this question. Is brand necessarily to be famous for a person, or it's for a person's satisfaction and happiness for his or her own personal growth?
Very tough question if you ask me. Both are required. As I said, for example, I'm building a brand. For example, Chai Wala is famous. Chai Kings is famous in Tamil Nadu. For example, I'm creating a brand called Chai Master. It takes time. Right? Slowly, I need to establish how unique I can be. right? How different I can be. At least a small USP which I can carry. See, I hope you don't mind taking this example. GIBS, for example, today why I am here and why I am so happy to be here is a campus, an institution which is having people from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, all states, different walks of life. That is the USB of GIBS. And this was not evolved overnight.
Yes.
Slowly, a brand with this particular USP, year after year, building the brand. Same coming back to Chai Master, the brand which I just mentioned. It takes time, right? How you nurture, how you create a simple, a powerful USP which can speak volumes from that one Chai Master store. How you build 1,000 Chai Masters.
Very true.
Right? A lot of patience required, lot of commitment required, a lot of sacrifice required. When you establish yourself, it is easy.
Yeah.
And the next phase is consistency.
Consistency, yes.
Right. See, for example, now I started walking for the last 2 years. Everybody said, now you need some physical activity. And I felt, let me do this walking first and justify that I was able to give the best.
Yeah.
And I was consistent. Right? From jogging, my fitness coach said, no, try jogging. From walking, try jogging. From walking to jogging, if you are consistent, then go for a gym.
Perfect.
Right? Which will suit your physique. Right? What is required? You know, why you want, what is your intention? To strengthen? Right? To clear your mind, whatever stress or so-called, I don't have stress, but the so-called world calls as stress or too much running on mind and so on. I'm being very productive now. Right? It takes time. If you ask me, my organization Zoho, where I belong to, this year's one of the main theme is to build an empire, to build a legacy, to build a brand. It takes time.
Extremely, very true. Rightly said. Beautifully said. I think but it's needed of the need of the hour is consistency. You know, what may come, what may, keep moving. Keep moving. So maybe there's a beautiful saying in English as well. Take rest, but never quit. Excellently said.
And also just one condition or one clause which I feel I always keep for myself. Never take any opportunity for granted.
Yes.
Yeah. For example, today I'm here. First time visiting this campus. There is so much of pressure. So much of expectation. Right? You would have seen me and know. And so much of lot of expectation. So, am I giving the best without taking an opportunity for granted? I've built my brand.
Yes.
I have an image. I have a name. I have a tagline or whatever I have. But that is not enough. What is the impact which I create? Will I be able to come back again? Will I be invited again? That says it all.
That's a very power-packed, humble, and a very thoughtful statement.
Absolutely, yeah. The way I carry myself, including my dress, including my car, whichever I am comfortable with. But it is very important, right? Where I go, whom I meet, how I carry myself.
Yeah.
See, many will not like my beard, for example. Many will not like my hairstyle or whatever. But I have accepted myself. It takes time for the people who are next to me to accept, for the society to accept, for my parents to accept, for my family to accept. It takes time. But never take an opportunity or a privilege or a chance or whatever for granted. Give your best. That is what I do.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Everything takes time. It's only that it's okay if it doesn't happen overnight as well. But never take an opportunity for granted. Beautiful, beautifully said. So Charles, yes, this question is very much related to our GIBS now. How do you see institutes like GIBS collaborating with companies like Zoho?
See, collaboration has already started. I'm here.
Yeah.
For any institution, wherever I go, it is the knowledge which will derive the next generation. alumni is very, very powerful, not just in campus, even at workplace. Yeah. So definitely, I'm sure if we get into the data, get into the history of our alumni database, I'm sure there'll be a bunch of names. Even if in case, if there is no alumni, it's okay. We have 400, few hundreds or thousand people currently in GIBS campus. I'm sure students who are here right now, who did their schooling elsewhere, they might be working in Zoho.
Yes.
Yeah. Learn from them. Understand what helped them to be there. What made them to be there.
Yeah.
Right? Because see, if you look at only our close blood relations can really share both positive and area of concern as well. Right? So when students get aligned with the alumni, it is easy for both. See, it creates a sense of belongingness, not just in Zoho, in any companies. You name the top brands of the world. That is how it works. That is how I have evolved during my college days. That's how in the last 21 years, I didn't create a resume for myself. Right? Because from organization perspective, if you look at, we want to give opportunity for everybody. The door is open. Right? The collaboration starts from, I'm already here. I would like to see how I can collaborate. Alumni is one of the next phase of thing. And the door, organization like us, door is very, very open. And today's social media presence for organizations are very, very open and wide. So it is easy to see, gone are those days. Now, during our time, 20 years back, if you look at, we need to send just emails to reach people. 1,000 emails, not even one will respond.
Yes.
Today, it is not the fact. Even if I want to write an email to the Apple CEO, tag him in Twitter or Facebook and find some attention or find some purpose of our intention to reach them for knowledge, not just placement alone, for knowledge, so that placement will automatically happen in some form, right? So it is open and wide. I would always say institutions and especially professionals, students, B school leadership who are preparing, use social media wisely.
Yes.
Yeah. Use your postings wisely. You don't need to reach out to organizations. The organizations will reach out.
Perfectly said. Yes.
You reached me through social media.
Yes.
For example. Yes. Right. So somehow a brand has evolved. So it can happen for any student to get into an attention. In recent Coimbatore, South India conclave, a national important conclave, hosted by different on the AI, a very young champ who is in the prime, school.
Early school.
Okay. Not even 9th or 10th, below that. Beautifully he presented. How did he get a chance? Right? The power of communication, the power of social media, which he is handling, and he don't need a resume. Right? Everybody can create that visibility. So I would say, create your visibility, create an impact in whatever you build. Doors will open.
Beautifully said. And I think one of your key attributes is the calm and patient way of articulating, Charles. And that's commendable. I have this one beautiful question, which will definitely resonate to our current students. In moments of doubt or fear, what inner compass helps you to stay aligned with your purpose without diluting your purpose in moments of doubts and fear?
To be very frank, if you'll ask me, sometimes people who are so calm, people who are very patient, they will have the other face as well. I'm being very open. But we won't show that to anybody most of the time. But somewhere it will pop up in some form, maybe with family, maybe with someone while driving. Correct? No fault of others, fault of us. Somehow it bubbles up in a different form. different place, different reason, or for no reason, right? So I strongly believe it is very, very important to learn calmness. Whether you reach heights, whether you fail, but self introspect is very, very important.
Important. Very true.
Right. See, because today I'm able to have that little maturity, I would say, in whatever form, whatever we face, whatever we achieve, whatever we fail, whatever greatness we achieve, and so on. It is very, very important to lie low.
Perfectly said.
To lie
Perfectly
low.
said. Yes.
In small days, my mom used to say, don't just fly. Powerful.
Yeah.
Whether you are a superstar, whether you are a top scorer, whether you are a gold medalist, whether you are the CHRO or the vice president of the world or the directors of the world, don't just fly. Right? You are just another human being. You are a replaceable human.
Absolutely said.
Yeah?
Everybody
you
is
are
replaceable.
a replaceable human.
Yes.
So it is more of the time what you have, opportunity which you have, and the impact which you create.
Well said, well said, well said. So Charles, here before we wind up, I have one last question. So you have addressed our PGDM students here, and we are so privileged to have you right in front of them. What is that one message you would share with our students and to the students out there and to the audience who are watching us over here? What will that be?
My simple and very important thing is, if your Monday morning is boring, please don't be in that office. Please don't be in that role. Please don't be in that profession. If that is not giving you happiness. Yeah. Because today we are in 2025. The world has completely changed.
Yes.
So many things have changed. Wherein opportunities are plenty. My only message for everybody would be, find out what your heart pumps for and go for it. Do or die. Yeah. Worth investing on it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
End of the day, money is important. I don't deny at all.
Yes.
Money is very, very important.
Yes.
If your passion can make you happiness, if your passion can give you money, go for it. It takes time.
Perfectly said. Perfectly said. Perfectly said. Passion, conversion to your profession.
Absolutely.
Perfectly said. Wow. What an incredibly insightful and profoundful conversation with you, Mr. Charles.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. We had the distinct privilege of speaking with Mr. Charles Godwin, HR leader, and of course, an incredible, powerful, and impactful public speaker. A true visionary. His journey spanning nearly 2 decades of shaping talent and driving change make him motivational speaker and inspirational speaker, and however it takes our heart back. His perspectives were truly invaluable. We hope today's episode has sparked new thoughts, fresh energy into and turning this GIBS IRE Talks podcast, powered by GIBS Business School, where innovation meets inspiration. And until next time, this is Nancy signing off. Stay inspired and stay innovative. Thank you.